And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Satellite imagery showing low pressure here pulling east of the Pribilof Islands. And as that did, that brought a good shot of snow into both St. Paul and St. George during the day today, continuing into the afternoon. Moisture sliding eastward here with some areas of snow or rain and snow, especially along the Alaska Peninsula, pushing into southern Alaska, but not too much. A little bit of snow, Kenai and Soldotna today. A little bit more over toward Whittier into Portage and Turnagain Arm there. Moderate snow, Valdez today with much lighter amounts up to the north. And moisture beginning to build off the coast of the Panhandle here, but a dry day. And dry and chilly all the way up to the Arctic coast with some cloudiness over the North Slope and central Arctic coast there. Back to the west, not much, just some scattered snow showers over the western Bering Sea down into the Aleutians. And on the chart today, here's this low center here, tracking eastward, currently just south of Togiak Bay, actually sort of another center trying to form here near Kodiak Island. And again, to the east, dry over the Panhandle, northern interior areas here, and gusty northwest winds with a lot of snow showers there for the eastern Aleutians and Alaska Peninsula, and then more snow showers out over the Aleutians. Looking ahead to tonight, or the forecast for tonight, this low complex here consolidates into a single center in the Gulf of Alaska, and the front pushes in toward the southeast coast. Look for increasing, possibly gale force winds there along the coast with snow pushing inland slowly eastward. And chance of snow, south central Alaska tonight as this low tracks off to the east. Best chances will be Turnagain Arm, Chugach Mountains eastward into Prince William Sound and southern Kenai Peninsula areas. Otherwise dry up to the north, some light snow or flurries for the north slope to the eastern Arctic coast. And gusty northwest winds, cold temperatures, and snow showers here for the eastern Aleutians. A little bit heavier there for the Bering Sea side of the Alaska Peninsula. Continued snowy for the Pribilof Islands. And dry over the northern Bering Sea with a fair amount of clearing there into the Yukon Delta. Of course, that translates into colder temperatures. And we'll see with that front coming in tonight, there's a winter storm warning and winter weather advisories for moderate to heavy snow as that system pushes in to the southeast coast with the advisories to the north and to the east and the warnings here along the coast, Prince of Wales Island and the southern areas. Then for tomorrow, front elongates right along the coastline there. Look for snow or rain and snow for much of the southeast coast. And snow, North Gulf Coast, extending still into Prince William Sound and the southeastern Copper River Basin, mainly over the Wrangell Mountains there. Otherwise, the Sitna Valley becoming dry in the afternoon, as well as Cook Inlet with some light snow up here along and either west or north of the Alaska Range, right here in the central interior into the Tanana Valley. Still looking at some light snow up over the North Slope, down to the crest of the Brooks Range, back out to the Arctic coast. Dry and chillier temperatures here in the west with that north wind flow coming southward here, picking moisture up, dropping it as snow over the Alaska Peninsula. Still have a trough here along the eastern Aleutians up to a low just south of the Russian coast there. So that keeps the Pribilof Islands in some light snow there, but winds lighter than what you saw today and still breezy with light snow. Eastern Aleutians, stronger winds, possible gusts 50 miles an hour out of the north there for the Alaska Peninsula. A break for Adak and Atka. Next system starting to move moisture in toward the far western Aleutians. And then for Wednesday, that moves northward and eastward with rain behind the warm front, snow in advance of the front, maybe some light precipitation pushing in toward, we'll push in toward Adak, maybe Atka, and still diminishing snow showers now for the eastern Aleutians, Alaska Peninsula with lightning winds there as the gradient shifts right over south central Alaska, so look for gusty north to northwest winds. Kodiak Island resulting in dry, clear skies there with chilly temperatures. Up into the Madanuska Valley, gusty north winds for areas like Resurrection Bay, Seward, and gusty west winds there for Whittier and Portage. Light snow along and north of the eastern Alaska Range, dry throughout much of the interior, northern Bering Sea, still looking at some light snow or flurries there for the eastern Arctic coast and to a lesser extent over the North Slope. And another front develops here over the Panhandle. The original low pushes into British Columbia. So more rain and snow pushing into mainly the southern and central southeast coast with lighter amounts to the north. And for snowfall for Anchorage so far this winter, currently the 23-24 season as of February 26th today stands at 119.1 inches, and that ranks it in 5th place here. For the others, 94-95, I remember that well, 121.5 inches, 55-56 before my time, 128.8, and then 54 and 55, 132.6. And then not all that long ago, the 2011-12 season is the record holder at 134.5 inches. And for lows tonight, 25-35 below up over the northeast interior areas with below zero temperatures north of the Alaska Range and even to the west there with temperatures 5 to 5 below for the Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta, 10 to 15 for Bristol Bay, 20s for the Alaska Peninsula, upper 20s for the Aleutians, near 20 for the Pribilofs. Lows, teens and 20s here, south central Alaska, lower 30s Kodiak Island, teens, northern and eastern Panhandle, otherwise in the lower to mid 20s elsewhere. And the highs for tomorrow, 5 below to 15 below, up over the Yukon Flats in toward the Koyukuk, Kobuk Valleys areas. A little chillier back to the west there with minus 11 forecast for Shishmaref for your high, and staying well below zero for the North Slope and Arctic Coast, and 0 to 5 above for the Tanana Valley areas. Fairbanks forecast high minus 1. And mid to upper 20s, south central Alaska, lower 30s for Homer Seldovia, lower 30s also for Kodiak, teens for the Copper River Basin, and 20s and 30s over the southeast coast, and lower to mid 30s for the Aleutians. High or lows for the Wednesday morning time frame, pretty cold here, well below zero now into the Kuskokwim Valley, and 5 to 10 below Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta, Bristol Bay 0 to 10 below. Alaska Peninsula, 20 to 25 in the 20s for the Aleutians, lower 20s there for Kodiak, and anywhere from 10 below to 10 above for the Sitna Valley, Kenai Peninsula, Manuska Valley areas, and 10 below or 5 to 10 below for the Copper River Basin areas, with lows in the 15 to 20 range over the northern Panhandle and upper 20s to the south. That'll be followed by highs a little closer to 40 for areas Heidelberg, Craig, Klawak, and those locations. Lower to mid 20s up to the north, and 0 to 10 the Copper River Basin. Chillier day definitely here, much like yesterday for south central Alaska, and also pretty windy as well with highs in the teens, and then below zero north of the Alaska Range and near zero back to the west here to about 0 to 5 along the southwest coast. Upper 20s for the Pribilofs and mid to upper 30s here for the Aleutians.